house in New Hartford, New York. This home is being renovated, completely gutted, and so they chose spray foam to insulate the entire home, the walls, the roof line, the basement, to make sure that they met the energy codes of today and to get the most efficient way to insulate a home. We're going to talk a little bit about, more specifically, what spray foam is. Standard Insulating has been spraying it for decades, but we wanted you to know a little bit more about what actually happens when you spray foam a house.
The owner of this house decided to use spray foam for a few different reasons. This is a house that was gutted and getting re-insulated. It's 2x4 framing, so the codes these days are a lot more restrictive. They want a lot more out of you when you do this. We need an air barrier. We need higher R values, and the only way to achieve that, especially in a house like this where it's 2x4 framing, is to use spray foam. This is 2-pound closed cell spray foam that we're doing here that John's putting up. The advantages of this is that it seals everything. You can see down the lower part of this. This is an old drill hole when this house was insulated with cellulose years ago. It's got gaps where the different boards come together. If you put fiberglass in here, you're not going to get the R value that you need, but you're also not going to get all that sealed up. You can't do a good enough job with fiberglass to do what's called for here. So when this is sprayed out, you can see, as John's doing, it seals everything up, the foam expands. Spray foam used to be considered overly expensive and not the first choice for insulation. These days you don't have much choice. The nice thing about it is the cost of spray foam has become a lot more reasonable. It actually, in a new house, you're not paying much more than you would to do fiberglass. The foam itself is a 2-component system. It comes out of 2 big barrels through a heater, through a pump, through a heated hose, and it mixes in the gun as it's sprayed. You can see as it rises and it cures, as soon as they spray it, it's solidified. That's solid foam. You've eliminated air gaps in the walls. There's no bubbles. There's no way for cold air to get through your wall. And the R value of this is twice that of fiberglass, technically, and it actually functionally is a lot more than fiberglass. Fiberglass, if there's any air leakage, really doesn't do much at all. Here we sprayed the roof line of this attic. And it's especially important because you've got all the heating and cooling lines up in the attic. Typically, an attic is insulated on the floor. The attic gets hot in the summer, cold in the winter, and your system has a hard time keeping up with what's going on. By spraying the roof line, that attic is going to be basically the same temperature as inside the house. So this house has been sprayed, the roof line, the walls, everything's done. This is a 2-day or so job for this house. All complete, all sealed up. When it's done, they'll come back and sheetrock everything. We can come back and give it a blower door test and make sure the ventilation is correct for it. But this house is ready to go, ready for sheetrock.
So if you have questions about spray foam, you maybe have a project coming up, you even want to just discuss what the options might be with spray foam, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about your project. We'd be able to tell you what might work, what might not work, and what capabilities your home has by using spray foam.